Hi, welcome, and thank you for coming. I know you had other things to do tonight, but thank you for coming by. I wanted to say a little bit about myself. My name is Myrna, and first of all, I wanted to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for what He's done for me in my life. So I live for Him, and He has saved me from all kinds of situations, so I just want to give Him glory tonight, first off. Long story short, I was born in the Philippines and I was raised in the mainland, Southern California. My parents were first-generation immigrants, and they were college educated, so they wanted all of us to be college educated. So my brother went to college, graduated, my sister went to college and graduated, but I took off on a sailboat when I was 19, sailed and served in the Bahamas, moved over here mid-70s, and just enjoyed a real wonderful life here on Kauai, just surfing. But I didn't have any kind of a college degree, so I did all the odd jobs that most surfers do when they come to Kauai. Worked in restaurants, bakeries, retail, did some OPC. I did all kinds of stuff. But one of my passions that got me really excited about this business is I don't like to see people sick. I don't like to see people sick or anybody have illnesses. So usually when I see people at the beach or when I see people in the stores, they tell me about their illnesses, and I just right away pray for them in the name of Jesus. And a lot of times I see Him actually heal people, and a lot of times He doesn't. Long story short, again, about 5 years ago, I found myself divorced, and I have a home, and I have a little dog, and I said, oh my goodness, now what am I going to do? I didn't become the attorney that my dad wanted me to be, so I prayed, and I said, now what am I going to do? Should I sell my house? Should I rent my house? Should I be a vacation cleaner like a lot of my friends on the North Shore? And then LifeVantage came into my life, dropped into my life, and I was really excited, and I said, really? This is what I'm supposed to do? But as I looked into it and I saw how Protandem, our flagship product, I started seeing a lot of ill people get well. I got really excited. So anyways, yeah, that's just a little story about myself. So anyways, we're going to talk to you about a trillion-dollar industry, the wellness industry, and notice I did not say the sickness industry. And the wellness industry is the largest economic trend in world history, according to a guy named Paul Zane Pilzer. This gentleman is a world-renowned economist. Gentleman is a world-renowned economist, a multi-millionaire entrepreneur, and a best-selling author, and has been an economic advisor to two U.S. presidents. We are going to talk about a company and a product that is perfectly positioned to dominate in this category. But first, I'd like to take you back to where it all began. And there was an ABC investigative report that aired back in 2005, and it rocked the health world. This report found that our flagship product, Protandem, reduced oxidative stress by an average of about 40% in 30 days, a claim that no other company or no other product could make. So let's pretend it's 2005 and you've just gotten home from work and you're sitting on your couch and you watch this report. So please ask yourself, who do you know that would be interested in the information here? And ask yourself if you see the business potential. Okay, we're going to play a video right now for y'all to see. All right, well, raise your hand if you saw that John Kionis's oxidative stress was reduced by 45% in 14 days. How many of you saw that they could no longer distinguish between the blood of an 80-year-old and that of a 20-year-old? So the question that begs to be answered is, what is oxidative stress? What does it do inside the body, and why do you want to avoid it? Oxidative stress is damage to the cells of your body. We're inundated with it because of the toxins in the air that we breathe, the water we drink, we breathe, and the water we drink. We breathe benzene when we pump gas. We breathe the diesel fuel every day that we walk, drive, and live our lives. Damage to our cells is caused by cell phones, microwaves, and car batteries, and the foods we eat. Taking Protandim increases the enzymes in your body that can eliminate 1 million free radicals per second every second. Based on what I just shared, who do you know that needs Protandim?
Everyone.
Yes, everyone. All right. I would like to introduce Debbie Cottrell, and she is going to continue with the company story. Come on up, Debbie.
Thank you. As Myrna said, one of the things that has struck me as I've looked at the science of this is this concept of oxidative stress. And when I had heard about oxidative stress, and of course as a dietitian, heard about antioxidants and things like that, realized that I didn't know enough about oxidative stress. And found out that, and I'm going to write a number here, and I'm going to write, let's see, just barely got it in there. Does anyone know what this number is? This number is, want to take a stab at it?
National debt.
Close. This is the number of free radicals that attack our bodies every single day.
Wow.
This number is, the technical term is 300 sextillion. It's huge. Now when I, as a dietitian, is thinking about antioxidants and the antioxidants that were on the market, what antioxidants can you think of?
Blueberries.
Blueberries. Okay. Do you happen to know offhand how many, or what the ORAC value is of blueberries? That's okay if you don't. I didn't.
8,000.
So it's about 8,000. So if we were, blueberries is about 8,000. So if we bring our 8,000 over here and we were to subtract it, what would we have left?
306 trillion.
Basically, this is a very small number when you think of how many are attacking us in a day. And I didn't realize that was so huge. I had someone ask me today, about oxidative stress, and it dawned on me, here in the islands, it makes sense to us if somebody comes with a key and scratches our car. Are we going to leave it?
No. It's going to rust.
It'll rust, right? So what do? We take precautions. We might buff it out. We're going to paint it. Depending on how bad it is, you might have to take it in and have it painted. That's called preventative. It's a preventative measure, right? When all of these free radicals are attacking our body, if we don't take a preventative measure, bigger than blueberries, or cacao is even like 90,000, the raw cacao. And even that's a drop in the bucket compared to that. If we're not taking preventative measures, what's going to happen to the inside of our body?
It's going to get oxidized.
It's going to get oxidized. It's called rusting, like from the inside out. It's kind of human rust, so to speak. So it rusts from the inside out. So when I realized that, and I thought, as a dietitian, I was trained to put a Band-Aid over symptoms. Maybe cutting out salt a little bit here and there might help with blood pressure, or maybe, cutting down fats in your diet might help with heart disease. But all those were just Band-Aid measures. They weren't actually getting back to, the salt didn't cause the problem. It exacerbates the problem. The fats in the diet exacerbates a problem, but it wasn't actually the problem that was causing disease. And I realized as a dietitian, in my continuing education, I was looking at preventative types of things that would help to prevent the disease versus put the Band-Aid over it. When this was introduced to us, I honestly thought, I don't have time for this. I'm way too busy. I was trained as a dietitian, but over the last 28 years, I've educated our children, homeschooled them, and that was a full-time job. I worked at the office and did some secretarial work, some of the billing, did the accounting, bookkeeping, that sort of thing. And I was too busy, so I said, okay, Rusty, you take a look at it. You see what you think. Rusty took a look at it, and then he started looking at the science. And he started looking at free radical damage, and he started looking at how the product that we have that you saw in the ABC Primetime can actually have a significant effect on this oxidative stress. And he jumped in with both feet, and I went, what's he doing? And how can I support him? And do I want to support him? And so I started looking at the science myself, and I realized this is huge. This is absolutely huge, because this protandim, and I don't know if you noticed when Dr. McCord mentioned, but there's and I won't go into the science, and we might have Rusty come in and talk a little more science towards the end, but basically, when we look at the ORAC value of antioxidants, and we compare it with protandim, an antioxidant can take out one free radical for one antioxidant. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, and then it's done. Whereas the protandim can take out one free radical, I'm losing my train of thought here. It's 1 to 1 million. And it takes out 1 million free radicals every second with every cell. And I thought, I actually sat down with a calculator and I started calculating, because I thought, how many cells do we have in our body? And really, does that make a difference? And this becomes a huge number. And when you take this huge number and you take it away from this, I started seeing the preventative angle of taking the protandim. And that's when I got really excited, because everybody gets hit with these free radicals. Everybody needs to prevent that rust from the inside out. So I got pretty excited. When this aired in 2005, there were 17 million viewers. And there were, over the next couple of weeks, there was about $5 million worth of orders. That was huge. The interest the people were excited. They saw the value of what he was saying. They became very excited. They ordered it. The problem was it was a small biotech company. And this company had about 40,000 bottles on hand. 40,000 bottles didn't fill that demand. And they thought, wow, people are excited, this is wonderful. We're going to help a bunch of people. So they borrowed money and ramped up their production. That was a logical thing to do. The problem was, over the period of time that it took to increase production, people lost track of this valuable concept and the valuable product. And so the demand then dropped. Here they are. They're left with the debt of their production. And they've got all this product on hand, and they're going, what do we do? By this time, it's about 2008, and they're thinking, let's borrow money, and we'll do an ad campaign. Well, at that point in time, nobody was loaning money to do any advertising. So they realized, okay, this isn't going to work. So they brought in a CEO, and they said, what do we do? You know, we don't want to go bankrupt. We want this product to get out to the people. And the CEO said, do you realize that with that ABC Primetime investigative report, you have third-party validation? And it tells a story that a bottle can't tell. So when this bottle of protandim was sitting, because they put it in the shelves of GNC and CVS, when it was sitting up there on those shelves, it wasn't telling the story that the ABC Primetime told. And they said, okay, so how do we get the story out there? He says, you need to take it into network marketing. Well, most people, when they hear network marketing nowadays, there's many people have kind of a stigma of network marketing. They did too. The scientists, they went, oh, we don't want to do network marketing. I said, oh, we'll just keep it on the shelf. He goes, tell you what, it really needs to be told, this story. So we'll leave it on the shelves of GNC for 2 quarters, and we'll give it to some distributors, and we'll let them take it out and network. And we'll do a comparison for 2 quarters. over those 2 quarters at GNC, the sales were stable. So it was about 1.5 million, which is what it had been making over those 2 quarters. And with the network marketing, want to take a stab at what they did with the network marketing? $11 million. $11 million in sales in 2 quarters. Well, anybody sitting on the board is going to sit back and go, this is kind of a no-brainer. So they pulled it off the shelves at GNC and went completely to network marketing. And that's how the network marketing side of LifeVantage was launched. One of the things that I really highly respect about this company is that when they did that, they didn't keep the price the same or raise it to pay the distributors. They actually dropped the price to offset the cost of the shipping. So when it was on the shelves at GNC, it was $50. When they took it off, they dropped it to $40 to offset the shipping costs. I thought, that's respectable. I thought, I like that about that company. At that point in time, there were scientists that saw the ABC Primetime investigative report, and they called Dr. McCord and they said, we want this product and we want to do some studies on our own, at our own costs in our different universities. So he was very excited about that. He said, great, go ahead and do that. One of the studies that was done was at LSU, Louisiana State, and they were doing a study on mice with skin cancer. And they found significant results, so much so that they brought the results back to the company, and they said, this is significant, you need to take a look at this. The company went, wow, here we've got a product that's helping with the rusting that's going on inside the body, and skin cancer is kind of that rusting from the outside, so let's make a product that will go from the outside in. So that's exactly what they did. They made a skincare line, 4 products. They have a cleanser, lotion, which I kind of call a splash or a stringent that resembles that. They did an anti-aging cream, and they also did an eye serum. And significant results in so many ways. I mean, I could tell you so many stories. I won't take your time right now, but I'm super, super excited about what this product is doing for people. They also realized that there were people with furry friends, and they actually were giving this product to their pets, to dogs, cats, and to horses, and having significant results. So they said, well, let's make a product that'll be suitable for canine. They haven't made one for cats or horses yet. You can get this to them. I believe that the people that are using it with horses are still using the actual protein in them. So they made a canine product for pets. And then a little while later they went, okay, we've got product that helps with the inside out. We've got a product that goes from the outside in. What's a significant area of the body that we want to have an effect on? And they thought, how about the brain? So they made a product, and they actually targeted athletes with this product. So they had a pre and a post workout. But both of these products have the same active ingredients that the Protandim has, and that actually target the oxidative stress that happens to the brain and helps give mental clarity. And again, I could give you stories of professional athletes that are using this and finding it very, very happy with this product. So that's just a little bit about the products and a little bit about the company. But I want to share another angle with you, and that's, as Myrna mentioned, when you look at something like this, can you see an income earning potential for it? And at that point in time, when I started looking at this, and I went, I actually can. What if I was one of those networkers that's out there helping people to regain their health and actually have a company that'll pay me for sharing my story? How many of you go to a restaurant and you like it, and you go and you share that with your friends? Anybody?
Yes.
Does the restaurant pay you
Yeah.
for that? They like it, don't they? But they cash in the results, right? Have you ever seen a good movie that you liked?
Yes.
And you shared that with somebody. Now, did the movie industry, did they give you a kickback? No, unfortunately not. This company actually wants more people to hear about these products. And they're excited when people will share the information with other people. And if those people get excited about it, there's a kickback, which movie industries and restaurants don't get, but this company does. And so I want to share a little bit about the business side, but first I want to share with you about a man named Peter Drucker, and he studied businesses, numerous businesses. I can't remember the exact number. But he looked at the businesses and what made a successful business, because 95% of businesses, or it's either 90 or 95%, fail within the first 5 years. Either fail or they close. You know, they're just not making it. But of those 5 to 10% that are actually making it, they have 5 components that are, most of them have all 5 of those components. So Peter Drucker said, this is significant. I want to find out what those components are. One of them was a solid company. They were ahead of the trends, so their timing was good. They had a product that was significant, and they also had money-making capacity. So if we draw a pie chart here, anybody have a favorite pie?
Apple.
Apple pie. Okay, awesome. Now if I drew a pie here and I were to cut it like that, which piece would you want?
Oh, the biggest.
So when we look at these 5 components of a successful business, and we think, which one of these do you think is the most important? Now, if you're like me, when I looked at this and I went, if I were to put these components in this pie, I probably would put product here.
I can see product.
Because you see, product to me was very, very significant. It had to be something that I would be supportive of, something that I would like. And so I thought product would be the most important. So let me give you a little illustration. Let's just say that I had an incredible product, and we'll call it, I like Aaron calls it the Make-A-Wish pill. And that you could have this bottle of pills and pop one out, and you take it and you could make a wish and it would happen. Okay?
I like that
We
product.
wouldn't want it to get in the wrong hands, would we?
No.
But you could see the money-making potential of selling that, right? So if I signed you up to sell this Make-A-Wish pill, it's in network marketing, and you're going to go and share it with people, and you could see the value of it. And so you sign up and you're all excited about it, but then when you walk out the door and you're driving down the road, all of a sudden you start noticing there's signs in everybody's lawn. It says, I sell the Make-A-Wish pill. And you see bumper stickers, I sell the Make-A-Wish pill. Do you think that the timing is going to be there for you to make a significant income? It's not.
No.
And when I realized that, I realized I'm actually going to have to put the timing over here. I still need a very good product, but I'm going to put my product over here. Why didn't I put it here? Because if I had the Make-A-Wish pill, and if the timing was perfect and nobody else knew about it, but they only paid me a penny a bottle, I might share it with a few people, like I would share a good restaurant with a few people, my significant friends. But I'm not going to take the time to go out to market it, am I?
No.
It really wouldn't be worth my time. So I realized, okay, much as I don't like to put a lot of emphasis on money. Money is kind of significant and kind of needs to take a bigger place. So, product trends and company. And we've got an extra piece of pie, and I'll cover that later. They're all significant. So let me tell you just a little bit about our company. Our company is publicly traded. We do have a couple distributors or group distributors in our company. They came to our company from another company. That other company was not publicly traded. And in that company, the CEO was skimming off the top. When they confronted him, he said, "Yeah, I am. What are you going to do about it? You wouldn't walk away from your $80,000 a month, would you?" And they said, "Watch us." And they walked away because they wanted a company that was above board. They didn't want a company that was going to be skimming and dishonest. So this company that we have is publicly traded. The stock ticker is LFBN. And one of the things that's very exciting about our situation at this point in time is we've just acquired a new CEO, Darren Jensen. He came from another network marketing company. In that other network marketing company, he'd taken, I'm going to write it over here, his previous company, 1,788% growth in the last 3 years. That's huge. Here it's $1 billion company that he's in. He comes to our company, and you're going, why would somebody go to a little tiny company from a big company? He saw something very significant. He saw two things in particular. He saw a product that was incredible. He saw what we had. He saw the ABC Primetime Investigative Report. He says, this is a long-run product. This isn't just like when I was a kid, when I had Pet Rocks. Pet Rocks were the rage, for 6 months, 8 months. I don't know if you remember Pet Rocks. This product is going to be there for the long haul because it has such a significant effect on the human body. He also realized that as a CEO of a major company, he was having distributors from other companies come to him and say, what will you give us to come and network for you? Because I didn't realize this, but that's what they do. They give them like little kickbacks to come. If they're a really successful network marketer, they'll give them a kickback and start them off with a good salary. So these successful network marketers would come to him and say that. Not once did he ever have anybody come from LifeVantage. Not once. And he thought, that says something because they know what they're sitting on. They know what they have in their back pocket. They know they don't want to leave that. And they thought, So it made him sit up and take a look, and he actually came to join our company. So that's just a couple things about the company that I like. Kind of brings me to, I'm going to go to timing instead of the trends. Peter Drucker had what he called an S-curve. And when we look at a graph, this is going to be time, and this is going to be, I believe, the income, or the amount of money that the company's making. So there's kind of a beginning point down in here, a pioneering phase. The company's getting started. They're going through their initial growth. People are starting to hear about them, that sort of thing. Usually at about 10% of their time frame, they kind of hit a point here where people have heard about them, and something called branding happens. So if you're not familiar with branding, I wasn't. If I were to reach for a box of tissues to wipe my nose, I might say, Myrna, would you pass me the Kleenex? But it's just a tissue. But Kleenex was the first one there. So we call tissues Kleenex. That's called branding. So the company hits kind of a successful company will hit a branding phase. They'll have a growth spurt here. I think this is at about 90% here. And then they kind of level off. So if anyone here is familiar with other network marketing companies, this is kind of what I liken it to. I've heard of, like when I was a kid, there was Shackley, there was Amway. Later on, I heard about New Skin, and I heard about some of these Melaleuca, some of these other companies. And by the time I heard about them, they'd already gone through their pioneering, they'd already exploded, and they were leveling out. It's this growth area right here where most of the money's made. So timing is significant because you want to get in here before it takes off. And I mean, you can still make some money here, but this was the Make-A-Wish pill up here, and everybody had it in their bumper sticker. Okay, this is before they've heard about it. So this is the area that you want to get into a company, as Peter Drucker said. If you can get in here, that's a significant time to get in. Can't remember exactly who it was that gave us parameters for timing, but the
Direct Selling Association.
Direct Selling Association. Okay, so they said that if you can get into a company when you have less than 250,000 distributors, that's a good opportunity. If you can get in when it's less than 150,000 distributors, that's a really good opportunity. But if you can get in when it's less than 100,000 distributors, that's once in a lifetime opportunity. This particular company, when we look at timing, we have gone through our initial growth phase. We're somewhere around in here. And we have, in the United States, we have 40,000 distributors. Worldwide, we have 80,000. So you can, as you look at this, if you look at the distributors in the United States, which of these three categories would they fit in?
Under 100.
Under 100, once in a lifetime. Even if you look at the global of 80,000 distributors, where does that fit? Same. So can you see that this particular company, being right here, and we're under 100,000 distributors, can you see that you're sitting on or being presented a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? Might be akin to finding out about Apple or Microsoft when they're still working out of their garage.
Mm-hmm.
I think Brandon was telling us last week that he was reading a book about a gentleman who got into Apple right at the beginning, and I think he had 5% of the stock, and he decided to sell it.
Oh my gosh.
He is now living on Social Security.
Wow.
Can you imagine what he would have with 5% of the stock if he'd have stayed in and hit this critical mass? Can you imagine if you were to embrace this opportunity before it hits critical mass, where your income, your residual income could go? Of course, you're going to want to know more about the residual income. We're going to have Rusty share some more about that. But before we do that, I just want to tell you, trends is a significant one, and we've got it here as one of Peter Drucker's significant things. And trends is significant because, as Myrna mentioned, the health and wellness industry is one of the biggest industries. Okay, it's Christmas time. We're soon to come to that significant day. It's called January 1, and everybody makes a New Year's resolution. And what are the two biggest New Year's resolutions?
Losing weight.
Losing weight, regaining your health, starting exercising. For some people, it's going to be branch out in that new business, and make that extra money. So health and wellness and finances are two of the biggest things that people are looking at. So when you look at a product like this in the skincare And how something like this could be a significant impact to people with their health. You can see how the trends can fit in with this whole picture and how significant this, sharing this with other people could be. You know, sharing the opportunity to reduce their oxidative stress significantly. And do you remember John Quinones, when you saw the first red dot and then the second red dot, and Dr. McCord said it's back to the level of
Newborn.
20-year-old.
a very young child or a newborn. Yeah, and when they compared the two.
14 days.
Yeah, when they compared the blood of the 20-year-old with the 80-year-old, they could no longer distinguish between the two. To me, that's significant. I wouldn't mind if my blood looked like a 20-year-old.
It does, yeah.
That would be very nice to reduce my oxidative stress and, you know, have a better advantage of health. So that's another one of the reasons why I'm enjoying sharing this with other people. So we looked at the company. Can we check that off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We looked at the trends. Can we check that off?
Yes.
How about the timing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How about the product?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm excited about that. I want Rusty to share a little bit about the compensation plan with you. But first I'm going to tell you what this last little piece of pie is. And it's called a system. I've been in other network marketing companies before. And I liked their products. There was a problem that I had consistently. One was, I might have liked one of their products, but there were a couple other their products that I just went, I can't get behind this. There was stuff in it that was just like, ugh, I don't really want to promote that to other people. The other network marketing companies, I was late to the party. You know, I got in up here. So I wasn't going to make a significant amount of money. So I was kind of behind the boat on a couple of these because I didn't really want to sell all the products, but I wasn't going to make a whole lot of money even if I did. But the third one was, it was pretty much a drive-by sign-up. I don't know if anybody's experienced that before, where somebody comes in and they sit down and they go, this is a wonderful product and you want to sell it, and you go, sure, I'll do that, and then you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, I've never been educated to network market. What do I do? I might share with a few people, which the products were way outpriced. I mean, some of them were good products, but I mean, some of them we were looking at over $400 a month for a product. And when I looked at this and I went, this is $40 a month. I thought that was something I could get behind. But with the system, we had an incredible support team. An incredible support team that came to help and train us. There's so many things that I could say about the system that is so totally different from anything I've ever been in before. Not only did the people come to help train us, not only did they help present in meetings like this and show us the way on how to do it, but the company also has trainings that they provide for us 4 times a year. They also have audios that we can listen to. It's an incredible system. It's an incredible system. So for me, I could check out the system as well. The next thing you're probably wondering is, okay, how much is this going to cost me? Am I going to be able to make my money back? You know, is this going to be something I could really do? I want Rusty to come and share with you a little bit about the compensation. He knows it far better than I do. He's my brain. He remembers things that I don't remember. And he's also my best friend, my support, my help, my inspiration. And I'm just very thankful for all that he has done and continues to do to help me. and he knows the science backwards and forwards if he wants to share some more about the science as well. I'd love to listen to him talk about the science, but he also understands the compensation. So Rusty, you will come and share with us about that. That would be awesome.
That was an undeserved introduction there. Very good. You know, while you have this here, I just want to show you something about timing. Very good. This is another graph I like to draw here, and this took about 20 years to happen. And the first study on what our product activates, and that's NRF2 activation. And you don't have to know this, you don't even know what it means, just know that, NRF2. It's going to be, it's like ASAP, it's an acronym. It's going to be super important. But NRF2 was discovered by a Japanese scientist. It took about 20 years to get here. And this is what I call critical mass right here. Right? We have not topped out. In fact, I just looked the other day, and there's now been 6,000 studies, more than 6,000 studies total on NRF2. That's just on PubMed. When you look at other Scholar, Google Scholar, just like, was it 80,000, Steve?
Yeah, I think it was.
80,000 studies. So, penicillin, when it was discovered, was an incredible thing, right? You had the bread next to the petri dish, and when the mold was on the bread, that scientist didn't toss it out. He looked at it and goes, bacteria's dead right near the mold. And that was a significant observation, right? Well, as awesome as penicillin was, how many years do you think it took for penicillin to make it to market, to actually help people? About 14 years. About 14 years. And so, as awesome as our product is, I mean, we look at this and go, well, how come I've never heard of it? Right? Well, who'd heard of penicillin? Same thing. It took 14 years, and even then, it had to ramp up in this thing. So, the studies of NRF2 have been exploding the last few years. I think we're about to hit critical mass based on this graph right here. Because the scientific world is awakened to NRF2. And now, the world is going to be awakened to what this is. I mean, every pharmaceutical company on the planet is in their back laboratory looking for an NRF2 activator. And our product is the best. So, anyway, just want to add that in. One other thing is that, you write this really nice, honey. I hate to erase it.
Go ahead.
It's almost artistic. It's such good handwriting.
Yeah,
when I write, you can't read it. It's just more like an exercise for me. Looks like this eraser's had it. Okay, compensation. First of all, the pack I recommend is a $1,200 pack. Okay, it has a ticket to Lead Academy. It comes with, I counted up, some people say $1,000 worth of product. If you sell it retail, it's more than $1,000 worth of product. Okay? And for that $1,000 product, you get, there's different options now, but you basically get 10 per tandem, you get 2 facial regimens, you get 4 bags of Axio, you get canine health, you get your website, and you get your sponsors help, training, everything like that. So it's an amazing opportunity. If you look at getting into a franchise of any kind, say McDonald's or whatever, it's gonna be several $1 million. This is a multi-million-dollar opportunity, and it's only $1,200. I look at it from a businessman point of view, and it costs me more money than that to get into my physical therapy practice, and then to try to make it, get rid of the debt, start making some money to live on was a difficult process. My overhead is over $20,000 a month. That's just overhead. And so I look at this and I go, I can actually make a multi-million-dollar business was starting with this kind of investment, that's a no-brainer. Anyway, let me tell you how we get paid really quick. A fast start bonus on that amount right there is $500. So basically, you get 50% of the product value in that pack. So you sign up a distributor with a platinum pack, and they're going to give you $500 in a week. We call that the fast money. How many of you'd rather be paid fast or slow? What would be your choice?
Fast.
Anyone here ever gone to their boss and said, "Can you pay me next year or next month instead of this month?"
No.
No. Okay. All right. So fast money. That's your fast start bonus. Okay. Then there's slow money. No, not really slow money. There's more like what we call mailbox money. Okay. And I'm not very good at drawing this mailbox, but there's the flag. And I don't get my money actually come to my mailbox anymore. It's actually electronic now. Do you guys know what that is, electronically getting paid?
Oh, yeah.
So you can get it anywhere you are. You don't have to be even at your house.
Direct deposit.
It's like you can go direct deposit right into your bank account right off your electronically. So, and how you develop this is you develop, say, you sign up 5 people, okay? Those 5 sign up 5, that's 25. You help those 25 sign up another 5, that's 125. And basically in that process, when they're all on a $200 auto ship, you're looking at over $30,000 a year. Now, doing part-time, that's not bad, right? Now, I lost my retirement in 2008 in the crash. And even then, I thought having $1 million would be retirement, but as now I've educated myself, $1 million would only be about $1,000 a month, roughly, at current interest rate. How many of you could live on $1,000 a month here in Hawaii?
No.
Okay, so $1 million would be, I'd be poor. Does that sound weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd be poor. I'd be poor retirement. Forbes magazine, going back to the trends, Forbes magazine said that in 10 years, retirement will be a thing of the past. So we all have to plan our own plan B.
Yeah.
Forbes magazine.
What magazine?
Forbes.
Forbes.
About 3 months ago. So the company is going to send me a monthly check based on all the customers that I have, and that's going to come to my mailbox every 15th of the month. Really cool. The fast track money can come every week. This one comes every 15th. Now, also part of that money is also what we call an exciting elite bonus pool. Now, the company takes 4% of the total gross sales every single month. And they put that into a pool. Now, the 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s get to share in that. So these guys get 1%, these guys get 2, these get 3, and 4% share of this pool. So you definitely want to make it into the elite status as a distributor. What that does is it actually helps, once you make it this level, you actually partake in every single product sold around the world. We're in 8 countries right now. We've been seeking to go into 61 countries total so far. And if we do that in several years, imagine what that gross sales is going to be every single month. And getting a piece of that's going to be really awesome. Awesome thing. Okay, now let me tell you the last thing that excites me is what we call the matching bonus. So here's me, for example, and I sign up Connie. Connie signs up Steve. Steve signs up Debbie. Debbie signs up Aaron. He signs up Damon. Now, on this first level here, and even there, it could be a bunch over here, I get a matching 10%. They don't take it from this line, they just match it, okay? On this line here, no matter how many there are on that line, I get 5% matching bonus on their check. And all the way down, same thing right here, all the way down, 4 levels down. And I've experienced this already in my growth of my business as a Pro 6 in the company. My matching check is significant every month, and it's going to continue to grow. So it incentivizes me, even though I would anyway, it incentivizes me to help my team to grow, and it incentivizes me to do that financially as well. Okay, so one last thing. Think with me now. I said I lost my retirement, right? So there was a graph I saw. It was like an accountant showing you how long it would take and what kind of investment you would have to make to even come up with $1 million today. Okay? So what they said was basically this. At 10% interest, saving $10,000 a year, it would take me, I think it was 56 years to earn $1 million. If I remember correctly. It's not exact. It's about right. So to come up with $1 million, and so I took my age, 58, plus 56. What do you guys get? I get 114. So finally at 114, I would be able to have $1 million and live on $1,000 a month. What do you think? And how much is that $1,000 a month going to be worth when I'm 114?
That's hard.
And so let me just tell you what an average Pro 6 makes, okay? In our company, in fact, you can show this sheet on the video. You guys can take a look at this sheet here, but an average Pro 6. Let's see what an average Pro 5. What's an average Pro 5 make? 22, 51, and how many cents? Anything?
The Pro 5, monthly average, there we go. 2,251.42.
Okay. How many $1 million would this be like having in the bank?
Two and a quarter.
2.25. So $2.25 million in the bank. I did that for about a year. I did that in like 2 months, but I had that coming in for like a year as a Pro 5. As a Pro 6, what's the average Pro 6 make?
Let's see.
27
5,625.
27 cents? 77 cents. That's important. How much would that be like having in the bank?
5.6 mil.
At least 5.6 million. If you could do that in 10 years, would it be worth it?
Are you
If it
kidding?
took you 10 years? What if you could do it in a year and a half?
Better.
How hard would you work for that?
Probably have ulcers.
Yeah. So believing the potential is there. I mean, when I actually met people in the flesh who were doing more than that, it kind of helps your belief in what we have here. And for me, when I lost my retirement, I kind of put my nose to the grindstone and figured, well, that's it. Lucky I won't fire myself. Right? I'm self-employed, but I won't fire myself, so I can at least have a job. Even when I get old, right? And now I'm looking at retiring within either a few months or within the year. Before the next year closes out. And that just happened since LifeVantage. And I mean, and it's an amazing product, which I love that. I love the fact that it's not just a better toilet paper that lasts longer or whatever.
Right, exactly.
It's an awesome product that's saving so many people's health and preventing so many different things. So anyway, thanks for giving us your time tonight. And what I like to know is, the person that invited you to this meeting, you need to ask them, basically, how much time would it take to earn this kind of income here? How much time would it take to be a Pro 5? What kind of investment that you have to put into that, and how long it take you to get there? And if you think that that's something you can actually accomplish or want to accomplish, then let the person know that invited you to this to how to accomplish that. Anyway, we'll have some questions if you'd like. Otherwise, our meeting is over. Thank you.